Welcome to day 46 of playing chess every day until I reach 1800 elo. Today we start for nice. Plays the England gambit, but he declines it. Now let's see what my opponent will do in the next move. I attack this pawn. Does he want to trade? I think he would in such a position like this. Now win a pawn. Very nice. Beautiful. But also I take the center. And again, she gives me again a free pawn, I think. Am I right? Yes, I am right. And now let's see what I will do more. Now I have a beautiful fork. And such a nice game by now. I'm happy. I'll put my queen into a safe square. Put my knight there, so I can trade the bishop and knight. So I go into an endgame. My opponent doesn't want to trade. Obviously, nobody wants to do it in such a position like this. I'm sorry for the interruption. Castling. Now I push the pawn so I don't get back rank made. Now I push the pawns here. He wants to go for this check or attack my rook here. Doesn't want to trade. Let's see. But also check. Now putting the knight away with a beautiful fork for him. Thanks. Now I'm not allowed to trade, so I push the pawn here. Let's see what my opponent will do. Now pushing the pawns here. Now I have to put my bishop back there, but also next move. Push this pawn here, and now I have a very beautiful pawn there. Let's see what my opponent can do in such a position like this. Does he know how to survive it? Yes or no? I hope he doesn't know it. Takes my bishop, and now he can't take my rook. But also, that was a nice mistake by him. So now it's again, I think, I'm not very sure, a draw, because I hope it's a draw, because I don't want to lose. Now I lose my pawn here. If he takes it, now I hope for pushing the pawn here. Let's see what my opponent was doing here now. Now I hope I can just push this pawn here now. My only option. He will obviously go for my pawns. Now he has a discovery check, but I do not think it will go really well, because I have this move. And now, what will he do? Taking the free pawn, so we get again in a draw. Let's see what my opponent is thinking about it. Taking again the draw, but also defending my pawn. What a beautiful move. Now attacking his bishop, so he can't take my pawn here. Cannot take my pawn there. pushing the pawn here. Now going for this check here on b2, and hoping he misses. Going here, so I can push the pawn, hopefully. Now it's such a endgame. Now pinning the bishop, so I can sack the bishop. I can really beautiful sack my rook for a bishop and getting a queen. And now in such a endgame, it's obviously losing for him, but let's see what my opponent is doing. I hope I can just it was a mistake by me, or also not, because if he takes, I have this beautiful check winning the rook. And now let's see what my opponent is doing. He could miss that, obviously. It's such a hard move to find. And he resigns. Very beautiful. 950 elo now. Now let's go into the second game. And also don't forget to subscribe and follow me to follow my journey until I reach 1800 elo. Also join my Discord and chess club. That would be such an honor for me. Thanks. This move is obviously move now. I defend with the rook, and now in the next move I just take the center really beautifully. He could also not take, but yeah, he did take. He just wants to trade. Obviously, I do not say no. Now I attack his knight. Now obviously I can win back a pawn. Yes. Really beautiful. He wants to go. I defend my pawn there. Now he really wants to defend this one pawn. But also I have to defend my rook there. Also, this was a good move now. So I can trade pieces, winning a pawn. Now a very hard endgame, I think. such a weird position of all of the pieces by me and by him. I have the center, but he has the left center, and that should be a very drawn endgame if I don't lose, if I don't blunder anything important. Putting the queen here, so I don't forget to defend my pawn there, but also defending my queen there. Here, obviously, it's like the best move is here to take here the pieces. Never mind, because I can't put. It isn't a really good move because I can't put my knight in the center there. And if it takes back, I have the beautiful center of all of the pieces. Let's see what my opponent is doing. Now also I have this move, so he gets a double pawn there, taking with this pawn. I didn't saw that I lost my bishop there. Luckily, very lucky for me. He wants to put some pressure on me, but also I put some pressure on him. Now, putting the queen away. Putting the rook on this line. Also the next move I can go on b2, so I can do an attack on him. So he thinks, but also I have then this mate here. He could not see that on b2. Going for that rook, but also how I said, an attack for b8 and the g7 mate. Also next move I can play f4, putting his rook away. Really strong move, I have to say it. Now defending my pawn now, very important. My plan didn't got the good ending that I wanted. And also defending again my pawn, now with two protectors. He writes in the comment section, let me win. Why should I let him win? Now for real. I put here my king, so if he goes for the check, I win a rook very beautifully. Now let's see what my opponent will do. And now let's see. He goes for that move. It is a good move. Also, now putting the rook, doubling up the rooks. Now he wants to attack my queen. Very nice idea. I put my queen there. Now let's see. Put my queen here. If he goes for that move, I put my rooks. One of my rooks. I go for rook d3 to d2. And now let's see. Putting the queen away, always important. Very nice. So he has to put the queen very far. Also now I put my king here, defending this square on h2, so he can't get there. He goes for the check. Now pushing with the pawn, blundering a pawn. He didn't saw that. Very lucky for me, very lucky for me. And I have this move, defending my pawn. Putting the rook away. He goes for the check. Putting the rook back. If you want to go for my rook, if you want to go for check or something like that. Now she attacks my pawn. I go for his pawns. Now let's see what my opponent will do. Now he did miss that I can push my, also we both get the queen. Very nice. But he will attack first, obviously. Now she doesn't have any move. So I have really beautiful moves now. Let's see what my opponent will do. Now I give this check. Now I give this check. Now he has only 2 squares. Again a check. I have to get, I'm only allowed to give him checks. And now I have this beautiful check. Now winning the pawn here. She cannot get the checkmate here. I have promotion in one move, and I think he cannot stop it anymore. A really hard game. Now he has to defend his pawn and it's a draw. Does he go for the draw? Let's see. And very nice draw. And after such a nice game, please don't forget to subscribe and join my Discord. Bye bye.